Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. We are about to get some rain here, so I'm gonna go get the race car covered up real quick. But I wanted to get you guys an update before the end of the night. I've been doing a ton of cleaning. Uh, Helped a friend of mine with our oil change on a Ford Focus earlier, and believe it or not, I was doing cabinet repair. I didn't even know I could do cabinet repair, but I did. So all the cabinets inside the house are perfect now because I guess I'm better at that than I thought. So you can tell the limo's in here. We're doing a new fuel pump on it tomorrow. So I'll be on Facebook Live, or sorry, on YouTube Live. We're putting a new fuel pump in this car. While it was at the exhaust shop, I don't know if it was them or just Father Time, but the fuel pump has decided to live out its last days, and I barely got it here in the shop today. So we're going to replace that with a new, very nice, very high pressure fuel pump, which should make the Sniper happy. The the shop did replace that control screen that they broke for the Viper controller, and the one thing they didn't do was wire it, and that was about a 2-hour job because when I cut the original hole in the firewall, it was barely wide enough to get the connector through, and then I put a whole bunch of wires through there later on, other power sources for the line lock and stuff like that. So when I tried to take the connector out to replace it, I had to remove a whole bunch of those wires. Many of them have been soldered, together and hardwired in. So I was very disappointed with that. It was a very difficult task to even just to get that connector through that little hole. I wanted it to be clean on here, and that's why I did such a very small hole. And then getting it through the grommet, there's a grommet, and it's very, very tight, trying to keep water out. I know that's so odd, trying to keep water out of this car, but it's one of those things. So that was a project in itself, just getting the thing wired, getting the old one out and getting the new one in. And so this car will be up and running tomorrow. We'll have a new fuel pump in it. It'll be running great. It idles kind of rough right now because of the fuel pump, but the car stays cool and the ride is very nice. The air ride is super, super nice. The engine has just a shitload of power. This thing has a ton of torque, which is really great. I love it. Got the also this morning I took the MR6 in for an estimate. We're looking at about $6,500 to get that car replaced or repaired and painted. So I know it sounds expensive, but that is the bodywork, framework repair, and getting it painted white. Just a single stage white. We don't need anything, more than that. And clean up a bunch of the welds and other things that we've done. So it's not a terrible price. It is just a big chunk of change that I really didn't want to spend. Um, but I've got the car here. I'll do some work once you get the fuel pump done. I'll do some work on it. I'll probably get some other estimates too. Even though the car is covered under insurance and it is street legal and all that, I can't really claim this on insurance. So this is going to be all out of pocket for me. Uh, that makes it a little more difficult than just going, oh yeah, fix it. But great body shop, really nice guys. They were very thorough, and we'll probably end up going there. That'll probably be where we take it. They also said they could get it to me by the end of May, which is great because then we get right back on track. So kind of works out. We can get limo working, rolling while we're waiting for that thing. They're going to do the Miata, and I think they're going to paint this too, depending on how schedules work out. Painting this will not be cheap. Other stuff on the race car, cool stuff. I got the actual urethane sealant. This stuff is really, really expensive. It's the Sika, and it's very nice, but it's very expensive. That's going to finish our windshield. It goes around the windshield, and it's what they use to hold windshields in place. That's all the pro grade stuff. Do not get that on your clothes. Don't get it on your fingers. Don't get it on anything you don't want to destroy. It will stay there. That urethane is hardcore. It doesn't come out of anything. Use rubber gloves. Use old crappy clothes. I have shop clothes for when I come in here, so that's why I don't care if these jeans get destroyed. I've used them very, very well. So we've got limo stuff for tomorrow night. We've got MR6 coming up, and Miata's going to get its hood painted. The other thing I'm doing tomorrow with I have new parts coming in. These are the old clamps. You guys can get a close up on these. These are the Frankenstein bolts that you normally see on the back lid of a Miata, and the hardtop catches on there, and that's one of the catches for the hardtop. So in the regular garage, I had it mounted on the wall as a catch for the hardtop, and I can just mount. I have two of those. I can just mount the hardtop on the wall. Well, these guys broke off, and they broke off in the middle of the night, and the hardtop fell on the floor and fell onto the Miata. Fell onto the Miata, then fell on the floor. And so the Miata hardtop's got to get touched up. It's just going to get repainted gloss black again. But we're doing new mounts, and instead of using this ABS plastic, we're going to use metal. So we'll have some really nice strong metal mounts. The Miata hardtop's only 42 pounds. It's not very heavy. You can pick it up by yourself. But this plastic just didn't last very long. It was probably 5 or 6 years that I had this, and it just failed. It wasn't anything I did or anything the hardtop or whatever did. It just kind of gave up. So that's where we are. Miata race car limo, and I'm also going to bring the other race car in here probably at the end of the week. We're shooting more guitar videos, which doesn't really relate to car stuff. We're shooting more guitar videos on Friday, and I'm still editing those and putting all those together with all the graphics and stuff. I think that is about it. I have a lunch tomorrow. I have Wednesday, Thursday. No, Thursday's here in the shop, and then Friday is the guitar stuff. So yeah, nice full week. I'll try and get the ACR in here this weekend. You guys haven't seen that in a while, and the new subscribers haven't seen it in a while. Oh, who's here? Brian Hammond. None of it has to be expensive. Remember, estimate. Yeah, you're correct, Brian. It's for the MR6. It is just an estimate. It can be less than that, but I don't have a problem paying for quality and paying for speed. So those guys can get it in 4 weeks. That's 4.5 weeks. That's pretty good. I honestly I don't have a problem with that. If it's a couple $100 more for getting it 2 weeks early, I'm okay with it. Body shops around here are packed. And Brian, you do body work, so you know how jammed everything is. And the quality guys are always the ones that get booked first. The super low quality guys, I mean, I can go to Mako, and I'm sure for $2,000 they can do everything, but it's going to look like shit, and I'm probably going to have it'll look like crap, and it'll take forever. I'm just not into it. But anyway, by the way, this is brought to you by Rockstar. There are other options, but I like the shop. I like the guys that are there. One of our drivers, his dad works there, so I think we'd be in pretty good hands there. We'll take a look around. We'll see. We get the ACR out, get some miles on it, get some 110 in it, or sorry, 104 in it. If you haven't smelled 104 octane fuel, you really should. It's a good thing. It is the polar opposite of gear oil. It is a beautiful smell, especially when burned. And trying to think what else here in the shop. We've got a lot of stuff going to the scrapyard. A lot of like old MR2 exhaust and the old 1MZ block. All this stuff can go to the junkyard, and I'll get my my meth money for it. And what else? I think Cole and Haven are going to do the rebuild of their 1.6 Miata engine here. They just need to get the rebuild kit and then come over and start taking parts off and cleaning and getting powder coated and stuff like that. So we'll try and do a whole bunch of engine building stuff with the Miata. We'll try and get that on YouTube as well. It might be a little earlier, and it might also only just be on the weekends because their schedules are a little more normal than mine. Well, I think that's about it. Still working on finding grill stuff for this and the headlights. I've done a bunch of Photoshop stuff and trying to figure out what's going to look good and what's going to look like crap. And I found a lot of stuff that looks like crap. So we'll find some cool stuff that hopefully will look good and be kind of cool. It's hard, man. Trying to keep this car classy, not easy, not easy to do at all. But we're gonna keep trying. So that's kind of a shop update. Tomorrow will be a little bit more in depth, and I'll bring you guys under the car. The fuel pump is back there, right in front of the rear wheel, up and on the frame with a big shield around it. There's two fuel filters. There's a pre and post filter, and so I'll bring you guys on. I'll do the smaller camera so you guys can see what the hell is involved in replacing a high pressure fuel pump. It's an external pump too. It's not in the tank. In most of your cars, the fuel pump's going to be inside the gas tank. In this, it's actually not. It's external. So I'll get you guys some cool stuff on that. And I think that's kind of where we're at now. Just need to finish plumbing up the hot tub. That'll be fun. So we're kicking ass. We're taking names and trying to get that house in Florida. Really trying to get that house in Florida. Every time I find a really cool house, it gets sold. It sucks, man. It sucks. You're like, this place should be perfect. It's gone. Yeah, under contract. So it's very difficult. Very difficult. You got to be patient with it and don't get frustrated. And look every day. And that's what I do. So we'll be driving this down to Florida. This will be great. Imagine this thing in Miami Beach, going up AM1A, Collins Avenue. This thing will be absolutely ridiculous. So we'll definitely do live videos of that and get those up here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully you guys can enjoy those. We'll hang on to it for as long as we can in Florida, but I got a funny feeling people are going to throw money at us. So that'll be fun to see, fun to see happen and see what happens with, people's reactions and stuff. It'll be pretty good. I think that's it. We're going to get back to the racing stuff as soon as possible, as soon as we get the race car back going. And we're going to be doing a lot more track stuff too with Miata and the ACR. So lots of that. We've got Viper Tail the Dragon coming up at the end of May. And I'm taking the Grom down for that. I'm going to do the Viper during the day and the Grom in the evening. It's a bucket list thing for me. And to do car and motorcycle in one day at Tail the Dragon, I think that's kind of fun. That should be pretty cool. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So if you guys want, definitely subscribe and let me know if there's something you want to see. If you want to see, BMW diesel exhaust replacement, let me know. And, we'll get someone over here and we can show that stuff. If there's something you don't want to see, definitely let me know that too. I don't want to bring you guys stuff that you're like, no more Chevy small blocks. No more LSs. Stop. We've seen all the LS stuff. Yeah, if you want to see 429 Cobra Jets, we'll find one of the Mustang guys or one of the Torino guys that has a 429 CJ and get it over here. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, what's cool, what isn't cool, and I'll get it over here into the shop and we'll get as in-depth as possible. I think that's about it. So thank you very much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely tell your friends about this channel and all the cool stuff we do in here. We'll keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it whether I'm here or whether I'm in Florida. I'm going to keep doing it no matter what. So don't forget to show someone that you love them today. It's really important. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Give me a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's important for them, but it's more important for you. Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night, and we will catch you tomorrow evening. We'll be in here a little bit earlier. All right. Thanks, everyone.